I really like Jake a lot, but once he's in that ring, he has to fight like his life is dependent on it, because it will be.
When in your career are you going to actually fight a contender in your weight class and not do gimmick fights?
I mean, the skill level alone, now of course, there is a size difference, a height difference and all that, but he's just going to struggle so much landing a shot. It's just going to look bad.
In a jaw-dropping moment, boxing legend Mike Tyson stormed into the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis press conference, and the energy flipped instantly. Tyson's words hit harder than a right hook as he looked Jake dead in the eye and warned, "Fight like your life depends on it." He made it clear, stepping into the ring with Tank Davis isn't entertainment, it's survival.
If you saw Jake Paul's fat body videos, if you think he's taking his training seriously?
Listen, I think he's taking it very, very seriously because his health depends on it. Yeah, he's not. There's no way I'm not looking past him. I'm taking him lightly.
The Jake Paul versus Tank Davis showdown has turned into more than just hype. It's officially labeled an exhibition fight due to the huge size and weight difference. The Florida Athletic Commission refused to sanction it as a pro bout. Instead, it'll be 10 rounds of 3 minutes, both wearing 12-ounce gloves with knockouts counting. The twist? The result will be decided by 2 human judges and 1 AI judge, a first-of-its-kind move aiming to bring objectivity to the scorecards.
The Jake Paul versus Tank fight is getting really weird.
Gervonta looks scared for his life because the rules are out. They're crazy.
Oh, so everyone thought that the fight was at 190. Instead it's at 195, and this weight difference is scaring the life out of little Tank.
Over 10 3-minute rounds.
The next dispute comes with the gloves. Little Tank is used to fighting in 8-ounce gloves. Baby glove. This fight will be in 12. Hands might be too small. Also, Tank just fought in a 12 3-minute round fight against Roach. Yes, and now he's fighting in 10 3-minute rounds, which isn't too bad. Well done, Jake. Exhibition though, can he win? Yes, he can actually win. It will be overlooked by 3 sanctioned judges.
So you can actually still win and knock him out.
But here's the trick. It's body punches only.
And there's a reason. That's because Tank said, look, this is a bit unfair. I don't want to punch up. I want to punch at my head height. Where does it fall?
At Jake Paul's belly.
Oof.
So apparently we've heard there's no knockdown rules, but aside from that, it's pretty well-rounded fight. Oh yeah, and there's some drug testing involved.
But Jake Paul for the win.
New reports say Gervonta Davis has packed on serious muscle during camp, now walking around close to 160 pounds, despite never fighting above 135. This bulk up could be a game changer. The added size might boost his power, durability, and knockout strength, turning him into an even more dangerous and unpredictable version of himself once that bell rings.
Gervonta Tank Davis, is my prediction that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to weigh in on the night of the fight against Jake Paul, knocking on 160 pounds. Don't be surprised if he's 157 pounds, something like that. You guys see this footage? Look at Tank. Now, if you know what you're looking at, the guy must be around 150 right now, 153, something like that. And you can really tell when he's sideways. When you look at him sideways and see the depth. See, from the front view, you can't really tell. But when he turns sideways, the guy is a wrecking ball. He's literally a baby rhino out there. And I think that is the idea for him to bulk up and be a little powerhouse out there. And I'm all for it. I'm going to tell you in this video why I think that's the best thing for Tank and why I think he will be knocking on 160 pounds.
Boxing analyst Teddy Atlas calls Tank Davis one of the most complete fighters in the sport today. He praises Davis's explosive power, sharp counterpunching, and ability to control distance with chess-like precision. According to Atlas, Tank doesn't just fight, he calculates. Every move is deliberate. That's why Atlas believes Davis has everything it takes to outsmart and outfight Jake Paul, whose style is improving but still lacks that elite technical polish.
The only other time he was in for the fans to get mad with that was against
Fury's Tommy Fury, but it wasn't that level, obviously, and all the size things you just rightfully pointed out. But he would have been in there with, I mean, it seemed crazy. You're going to go in there with a guy who was a 2-time heavyweight champ and a gold medalist? Wow. Even though the guy's, at a twilight part of his career, still.
And you've given a lot of credit and props to Jake Paul on this show of helping get more eyeballs to the sport, but the way he takes it serious and goes about his approach and his work to this craft, that he does take it seriously. With that being said, when he announces Tank Davis, I'm getting tired of these gimmick fights and him loading the deck up. Whether it was Chavez Jr. or an old Mike Tyson, or we could go on and on with some of the UFC guys and the great Anderson Silva at 46 years of age. Tank Davis, great fighter, current fighter, world champion. We know how good he is. Been a top 10 pound for pound guy for you for the last few years now. But he's 5'5" and 135 pounds. This sounds like it would be a 195-pound fight, an exhibition. Wouldn't count on their records. Not a whole lot of other details other than it will be in November, and it sounds like in Atlanta. But I've said enough. I just want to hear your take. What do you make of this news of Jake Paul and Tank Davis?
But, and I'm smiling a little bit. But back in the day, I love the 1800s, 1700s, my friend out there, 1700s, whatever. But I love the old-time fighters. They were catchweights. And there was guys like Sam Langford. I know Sam Langford shouldn't even be comparing him with this.
But not everyone's convinced. Former world champion Carl Froch warns that Jake Paul's size and raw power could pose real danger. He argues Tank has never faced a puncher that big, and that's what worries him. Many in the boxing world echo Froch's concern, calling the matchup less of a fair fight and more of a high-risk spectacle that blurs the line between competition and chaos.
Just here at Los Naranjos in Viva, España, and I found out that Gervonta Davis is now fighting Jake Paul. So Jake Paul was supposed to be fighting AJ. Eddie Hearn announced 99% done, which we've just spoke about. What next for AJ? Potentially Jake Paul. But it now looks like that Jake Paul is fighting one of Anthony Joshua's legs. He's fighting Gervonta Davis, somebody who's a quarter of his size. I don't even know what's going on. Has Eddie Hearn been played? Let me know what you think, but the AJ fight with Jake Paul's finished. Gervonta Davis, fake Paul, November. I don't know what's going on in the world of boxing. This is an absolute joke. What next for AJ? We'll get into this, and there's so many questions I want to get into in the next episode, but hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick update because the news has just come in, and I'm just trying to relax and play a bit of golf, and I can't. I've got to get it off my chest. I'm going to add it to this video. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit like, share, and subscribe to the best channel in the business, Froch on Fighting, and we'll see you very soon.
Froch doubled down on his stance, pointing to an estimated 65-pound weight gap between the two. He called it a serious safety risk, stressing that no matter how skilled Davis is, physics still matter. The warning adds more fuel to the ongoing debate over whether this exhibition should even happen in the first place.
My name was mentioned at his press conference and he shit himself. And the fight was just absolutely fucking diabolical. Again, I've said before, he's not a professional boxer. He never will be. And he proved time and time again that he's not a professional fighter. So, Jake Paul, go on, piss off.
I mean, I don't really take Jake Paul that serious. He can't really box. He can have a little fight, he can have a swing. Swings away, stands up straight, and he throws punches, but it's not professional boxing. Because when I watch him box, he does so much wrong. It's just, everything's wrong. It's so bad. He's got leaky defense. He telegraphs his punches. Like, you put him in with someone his own size, it was a professional. It's a mismatch. And you'll see that if he ends up fighting somebody. Tommy Fury, bless him, he's a pro boxer, but he's inexperienced. He's got no amateur pedigree. He's a raw novice, or maybe just above the raw novice. I was saying earlier, where would I put him in terms of levels? He'd do well to win a British title. He's at that sort of level. And then from British title to world level, it's like different worlds. It's like totally different. It's like a different sport.
Following Jake Paul's dominant win over Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., fans are wondering, is he truly ready for top-tier fighters? Emiliano Vargas thinks he's close, but many, including Eddie Hearn, aren't sold. Hearn admits Jake's improving fast and could soon earn a WBC ranking, yet insists there are far more deserving boxers already waiting in line. The tension between Paul's growing fame and his true boxing credibility is what makes this fight and the entire conversation around it impossible to ignore.
Any of them hurt? I just think Chavez didn't get started. That's the only thing. I mean, you can't win.
I want to be world champion. Zerto looks slow as shit.
You can't win if you don't throw, you know? So it was kind of like the Ryan Garcia Rollies thing. You know, Rollies didn't, I mean, Ryan really didn't get started. So
what do you say to
What'd you think about how Jake looked and fought?
You know what?
You're very tough.
If he sucked ass, he sucked ass, but he actually looks pretty good. There's people who walking in the gym, you can tell right away if they can box or not. So he can box. He's selling out, you know, obviously this arena, and
is that the
only thing I can do is take a page out of his book and you know, put it towards my showmanship. So
when do you think he's ready for someone like top 15, top 20?
I mean, look, you know, he knows who to fight.
I'm staying
obviously, he's, you know, growing in his career. If he really wants to make his career, I wish him nothing but the best. But I just think that you know, it's gonna be a little longer until then.
Thank you, I mean, appreciate it. Oh, give us an update about you. You got a day coming up.
July 26th, Madison Square Garden. I'm ripped up. I'm ready to go. Ran with Manny Pacquiao yesterday, and you know, I'm 15-0 on the way. Let's go, baby.
Thank you, I mean, appreciate it, man.